Welcome, Sens Talk.
Russell winds in, feeds it back across the strike, and scores! Brady Tkachuk makes it 2-0. Claude Giroux, hit alone, scores!
Tim Stutzel across, Tkachuk score! The captain, Brady Tkachuk, buries it with 1:18 to go.
See you later. Go, Sens, go. Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I am your host. Tonight, Ottawa took on the Seattle Kraken in a back-to-back as they look to snap a 3-game losing streak, losing 4-2 last night to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, if you didn't watch my video from last night, I highly encourage you do. Everything I said in that video, regardless of tonight's result, still rings true. I'm very proud of that video. It's one of the best videos I think I've shot all year, and frankly, in a few years. I was just very blunt about the whole situation around DJ Smith and the Ottawa Senators as a whole. I just kept it real. So I highly recommend you check that one out because once again, a lot of it, if not everything, still rings true regardless of this result tonight. And once again, I highly recommend you check it out because I covered everything. And I think it's important as Sens fans to celebrate the good like tonight, but also to, of course, reflect on the bad. So I encourage you to check out that video. But on a positive note, let's get into tonight's recap. Like I mentioned, Ottawa's looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, losing 3 in a row after last night's loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-2. Ottawa going into this game is 8-10-0 on the year, while Seattle also going into this game only has 8 wins on the year, and they're 0-1-1 on their current road trip, looking for their first win. So an opportunity here for Ottawa, who's lost their 7 of their last 8 games at the Canadian Tire Centre, to get things back on track in front of a sold-out crowd at the Canadian Tire Centre. Now, Ottawa, obviously, after giving up 4 straight goals against Columbus last night, want to tighten up the defense quite a bit. So instead of the 12-6 normal lineup, Ottawa, DJ Smith, elects to go 11-7. So Matthew Highmore is drawn out. Jacob Bernard-Docker is brought back in, which I'm very, very happy to see, frankly. I think during that stretch without Thomas Chabot where he stepped up and played big minutes, to be honest with you, played over 20 minutes a few times, actually. I liked his physical presence. He obviously improved defensively as well in his own zone. I was very, very impressed with his stint. I thought it was the best hockey he's played in the National Hockey League. So I'm very happy to see DJ Smith give an opportunity here to JBD, who's frankly earned it, as DJ Smith said. And of course, JBD is a friend of the show, so that's always great to see as well. Speaking of friends of the show, Joey Daccord will start for the Seattle Kraken. He's a friend of the show and a former Ottawa Senator. It's always great to see Joey Dax in the net, no matter where it is. Unfortunately, it's against us, which is not so great, but I'll always cheer for Joey Daccord otherwise. He's such an incredible person, always gave a lot of his time to join the show, just to talk, a real stand-up person, and has an incredible story as well to get to the National Hockey League. So you can easily root for guys like that, and he looked great tonight. He looked great. A lot of Sens fans, including myself, when he was with Ottawa, saw him as a future NHL caliber goaltender, potentially a starter, and tonight showed why. He looked fantastic. Now for Ottawa, Anton Forsberg would start as he's looking to get Ottawa back on track with a win here tonight. Now Vladimir Tarasenko going into this game did not score in 12 straight games, getting an opportunity today on the second line at times. He looked much better tonight, and even though he hasn't scored in 12 straight games, Tarasenko is still creating opportunities. It's bound to happen. Eventually he's going to score. He could have scored 2 or 3 times tonight as well. But once again, I tweeted this out a couple games ago, pardon me. Tarasenko, and this is no jab at Rourke Chartier, who I think has been solid defensively, but 3 points in 37 NHL career games, he's not exactly an offensive dynamo, right? So having Tarasenko, next to a guy like that, and then another guy like Kubalik, who doesn't really, create any offense, he just has a good shot. Obviously, he's going to struggle. So once again, in that top 6, he looked far more improved. And he's still getting opportunities, so I'm not too worried. I only will be worried if this continues when Ridley Gregg returns. Now, Ottawa is looking to take advantage of Seattle. They haven't been great this year. In fact, they've allowed 3+ goals in 21 of 24 games this year. So Ottawa is looking to take advantage. And let's go to the first period of play where Ottawa and Seattle look. Even game up until the 15-minute mark of the first period of play. And then a couple minutes after that, 3 minutes left in the first period of play. Once again, the shots are literally tied at this point. It's not dull per se, but not action-packed either. But guess what? Doesn't matter because Ottawa gets on the board first as Matthew Joseph, off a turnover, dangles out front, waits out the cord, and puts it home. 1-0 Senators as Matthew Joseph has his first goal in 6 games and 5th of the year as well. They give Ottawa the 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Now, like I said, not the most action-packed, opening 20. So the fact Ottawa can take advantage of that, turnover, Matty Joe with a nice goal there. They go up by 1 going to the second period of play is huge because, once again, no one outright won that period, but it's nice to see Ottawa finally get a break. We go to the second period of play, and the consistent evenness of this game continues. Both teams trade opportunities. Ottawa is doing a good job. They really are testing Joey Daccord. They got a lot of high-danger opportunities on Joey Daccord, and those opportunities pay off as with about 6 minutes left in the second period of play. This is why you stay in your net, goalies. This is why you stay in your net. Doesn't matter if you're on Seattle or Ottawa. I will always say this. Stay in your net when there's guys forechecking. But luckily for Ottawa, it was the Seattle goaltender, Joey Daccord, making that mistake. As Vladimir Tarasenko, off a forecheck, forces Daccord off the puck. Tarasenko feeds Tim Stützle, who fires it right to Drake Batherson, who puts it into the wide open net. 2-0 Senators as the Drake Batherson makes it 2-0 Ottawa. I mean, how is he going to miss on that one? And the Senators, after 40 minutes of play, lead by 2. Now that is Drake Batherson's 7th of the year and 7th goal in the last 11 games. Shout out to Jack Richardson for that stat. He's so clutch with those stats on Twitter. So shout out to him. And Tim Stützle as well got his 200th NHL point on that goal with that primary assist to feed Batherson the goal. So a great period there for Ottawa, similar to the first, where no team outright won the period, but Ottawa got the bounce and they took advantage of it. And once again, last night against Columbus, it was complete opposite. So we go to the third period of play where Ottawa is now 6-0-0. Going to the third period of play with the lead, while the Kraken are 0-8-1 when down after 40 minutes of play. So things are looking good for Ottawa. And in the third period of play, the common theme of this game continued. Anton Forsberg stood on his head. The Seattle Kraken got a couple of power plays there in the third period of play, and Anton Forsberg fought those ones off. Artem Zub as well. A lot of the Sens really, played a strong defensive game, but Anton Forsberg was huge on those penalty kills, and throughout this game, he really stood tall and looked so calm in the net. And, it was nice to have a calming presence in that net. It looked steady, it looked calm. Right from the get-go, I was confident in Anton Forsberg. He looked dialed in and ready to go. And, of course, he was. If you know the end of result of this game, you know he was for sure. But an incredible game here for Anton Forsberg as their Sens win 2-0. Anton Forsberg with the shutout. Well-deserved shutout for Anton Forsberg, who, look, he struggled this year. Don't get me wrong, but tonight he was the old Forsy, the Forsy we all know and we all love. And this is a game that Forsberg can build off of with 39 saves as Ottawa snaps the 3-game losing streak with a 2-0 victory, improving to 9-10-0 on the year. So once again, shout out to Anton Forsberg, 39 saves, absolutely clutch, especially late there in the third period on some penalty kills, making some big stops and making those big stops look easy. And, while the Seattle Kraken got some good opportunities, a lot of those opportunities came from the outside. Ottawa actually did a very good job today, forcing Seattle to the outside to not give them a lot of slot opportunities. Now, DJ Smith, in the pregame presser, mentioned how Seattle is like 5th in the National Hockey League for slot opportunities. And obviously, that was a key emphasis on Ottawa's defense tonight. They really shut down a lot of opportunities in the slot area for Seattle, which is why, while Forsberg was forced to make some big stops, it was much easier than usual because Ottawa actually did a very good job boxing these guys out, forcing them to the outside, and I don't really recall many in-close slot chances. There was a few, and Forsberg made a huge stretch, like a split save. But overall, Ottawa, I'm very impressed. And, credit where credit is due. I called out this team, I called out this coach last night, and I was telling them to be accountable, and I'll be accountable to myself. Once again, I don't think anything's changed on the front of DJ Smith and the long-term trajectory of this team. But I think you got to give the team credit when they perform well, and they performed well today, no doubt about it. They earned this win. And Ottawa, while pushing the guys to the outside, also blocked 22 shots, 4 or 5 of those in the last 10 seconds itself. But Ottawa and their defense and the forwards, everyone, it was a team effort tonight, truly dominated and took advantage of their chances, but they earned this win. Seattle didn't deserve this win. Ottawa deserved this win, and they got the win. 22 shots that were blocked tonight is insane, and Ottawa really's got to they got to get the ice out, I think, before Tuesday's game. They're going to be sore after this one, but once again, a complete team effort, and more so a dominant effort there from Forsberg as well with 39 saves. So complete team effort defensively, offensively, they took advantage of their chances, and the goaltender showed up and just completely took any chance away from the Seattle Kraken. Now, while the Sens did a good job at forcing Seattle and their shots to the outside, they did turn the puck over 18 times today. That's been a reoccurring issue for the Senators. Luckily, on those opportunities, Ottawa either forced them to the outside or Forsberg made the stop. But 18 giveaways, you can't do it. You just can't have that. You got to be much better and cleaner with the puck. That's a consistent issue with this team. I just wanted to point that out because there's a lot of positives, but there's always some negatives as well. And I think it's important to put a spotlight on both, regardless of the results. So overall, a very good team effort for the Ottawa Senators. Shout out to Anton Forsberg with a clutch win. Hopefully he can build off of that and improve as the year goes on with this huge shutout victory. And, once again, defensively, they look good. The giveaways, let's just try to chill out with that a little bit. But besides that, the next Sens game is on Tuesday against the New York Rangers at 7 o'clock. I will be there. So if you're at the game, shoot me a DM. Comment down below, of course. Let me know. I always love meeting you guys. But I'll see you then for that one for sure. Hopefully Ottawa can make it back-to-back wins and get back to 500. Besides that, thank you all for watching. A huge win tonight as Ottawa takes down the Kraken 2-0. I'll see you Tuesday night when Ottawa takes on the Rangers of New York. Take care and go Sens go.